everyone, it's author Sandra Wilson here in the Kindness Kangaroo Library, and we have another story time session for you. This time we're reading the book Hammy Hammerhead's Almost Big Adventure by Mike Crowder. And this is such a fun book, and it teaches us a little bit about sharks and the different types of sharks you might see. So that's really fun, and it has a great lesson at the end as well. So I'm really enjoying this book, and I hope you do too. And as always, there will be a link underneath in the description so that you can get your own copy of Hammy Hammerhead's Almost Big Adventure. Chapter 1, Sharkland. Now, friends, long before you were born, high up in the mountains of Florida was a place named Sharkland, or as we like to call it, Sharkland, trademark. I know there aren't any mountains in Florida, but you see, it's only a storybook. Sharkland was the biggest aquarium in the whole United States, maybe in the whole world. Now, what is the biggest thing you can think of? It was bigger. Unless you can think of like a state or maybe a planet. Back then, most places had stuff like sea lions, orcas, and dolphins. Not Sharkland, it was all sharks all the time. Chapter 2, in which Hammy cleans his room. Mama Hammerhead came downstairs to find Hammy eating breakfast. "Morning, Hammy. Have you cleaned your room yet?" "No, ma'am. I'll jump right on it once I've polished off this chummy bowl of yummos." He snorted. Yummy bowl of chummos. Mama replied, "Hampton J. Hammerhead." Uh-oh. Mama used his full name only when she meant business. "But Mama, the gang's waiting on me to play pufferball. That room's a fire trap." "But Mama, cleaning my room is hard." "No more buts. You march yours up those stairs right this second, little mister." "And don't you make me come up there," Mama called. Hammy slumped on his bottom bunk. He had hoped fairies or elves might clean his room whilst he was eating. Clearly, 'twas not to be. Dang it, he thought, just like last time. It's not fair. Now, friends, it really wasn't, because everyone knows magical creatures help only penniless shoemakers with lots of kids. And who wants to clean some kid's bedroom? It took Hammy only 3 minutes and 8 seconds till he was out the front door. I know, right? Cleaning your room can be hard, just not this time. "Great chummos, Mama, but I have to motor if I want to play pufferball." "Be back before dark, little pup." "Aw, Ma." Young sharks are called pups, just like young seals. Chapter 3, in which Hammy makes a new friend. "Morning, Mr. Porter." Hammy waved to the old-timey diver guy you see at the bottom of every fish tank. But few sharks speak people, and even fewer people speak shark. So what the diver heard was glug, glug, glug. And he just waved back to Hammy. Now, friends, that's what I would have done. Hammy was a shark. A shark! Hammy raced to the playground. His friends had started without him. Each was different, but he liked them all. Moby, the teal whale shark. Tony, the orange tiger shark. Otto, the gray mako shark. Ferdy, the green bull shark. Peggy, the pink nurse shark. And Elmore, the blue shark. Hammy swam by Moby. "Morning, big guy." "What is it, Elmore?" "They call it Stormy Monday," Elmore said. He was too cool. Hammy called out to Otto, who had tripped over his own fins and hurt himself again. Otto was sitting it out under Moby's fin. Hammy nodded to Ferdy and waved to the girls. "Sorry I'm late, gang. At least it's only page 13. We've still got over half the book to play." Tony griped. "That's great. Now we have 5 players, and the teams are uneven. That's just great." "We can fit get you in, laughed Peggy. Now, friends, pufferball is just like basketball, only with a pufferfish as a ball. But pufferfish float, so they have to be thrown from under the basket. Pufferball is hard. Can you see it being played there? And the pufferfish love it. It's almost like flying. Yes, Sharkland was all sharks, blah, blah, blah. But on that day, a pufferfish from out of town, some guy named Sean, was making a guest appearance as the ball. But just then. Holy mackerel! It was the school bully Spike. He charged Tony and stole Sean away. As Tony began to cry, Spike began to laugh, just like a clownfish. If that clownfish were really big, really mean, and really scary. Dang it, Spike, what is your damage? Shouted Hammy. Give Sean back to Tony and try picking on someone your own size. Spike laughed. What are you going to do about it, shrimp? I'm not a shrimp, I'm fun size, Hammy replied. Hammy looked to his friends for help. Moby could have squashed Spike by sitting on him, but he was too slow. Ferdy was a fraidy catfish, Otto too clumsy, Elmore was just too cool. Hammy looked down. Look, man, it's already page 21. We've got just 11 pages left. If I can beat you at free throws, will you just get out of our gills and go away? Sure, Shrimpy, sneered Spike. The winner is the first to float 3 baskets. Now it was all up to fun-sized Hammy against the big bully. Spike was the best pufferball player at the playground, but Hammy wasn't sweating it because he had been practicing free throws in the driveway. 83 whole minutes went by, yet still they were tied with only 2 baskets each. Remember all the way back when I told you pufferball is hard? At last, Hammy got his 3rd basket behind his head, just like that famous basketball player. You know, that guy, he plays for that team. They win a lot. Spike swam away because he knew he'd been beaten. The other pups laughed at him, except Elmore. You know why. Hammy shook his head. His pals were just being bullies like Spike. Y'all are just being bullies like Spike, he said. Did y'all learn nothing today? Hey, Spike, called Hammy. If you can maybe try not to beat us up, would you maybe like to play pufferball with us? Would I? Answered Spike. Well, since we're the 2 best players, Spike and I will face the rest of y'all, said Hammy. Tony's team can be the shirts and we'll be the skins. He chuckled. Shark skins. Moby even moved far away just so you can see him. There's all the sharks there. Now, of course, they all had a great old time together, and of course, Tony dunked on Spike for the win. But still, Hammy knew he was missing something. Wait just a minute, it's page 32. Does that mean it's the end? Yes, Hammy, it is. Dang it. So there you have it, the story, Hammy Hammerhead's Almost Big Adventure by Mike Crowder. And I think this is kind of fun because I really love to hear about the different types of sharks. Did you know there was so many types? And I'm sure that's not even all of them. But that was fun having all those different sharks be different characters. And it was a nice friendship story. Not only just, sticking up for your friends against the bully, but maybe making a new friend with that bully. Because sometimes kids are mean to other kids because they're missing out on something. Maybe they're lonely and they'd really like to have friends, but they don't know really how to make friends. Maybe they're, sad, and so they're not feeling well, and the way of sort of building a shield up in front of them is to be mean to other people. So I think that's a great story, inspiring idea, that if you see somebody who's maybe not being as nice, maybe think about why that might be, and think about maybe how other people could maybe help that person learn how to make friends, or how you might be able to, make that person feel better and try to be friendly with them. I think it's a great story to turn that bully into someone who can be your friend, because it can happen. And sometimes bullies are only like that because they're lonely and want to make friends. Sometimes they're like that because they don't know how to play and don't want to look like they're not that smart, and so they'll kind of be mean instead, so that it doesn't look like they don't know the answers or they don't know how to play and things like that. So sometimes it's just about inviting them or showing them or helping them. So I think that would be a great story idea for you. So remember, underneath in the description you can see a link to where you can find your own copy of Hammy Hammerhead. And I think this is a great book, and we'll be talking about another one of Mike Crowder's books later in our new Storytime lessons that'll be coming up sometime this month. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me in the Kindness Kangaroo Library, and we'll see you next time for the next Storytime session.